I'll tell you how to join two lists. For example, you have a very simple list that goes 1 to 3. Of course, it doesn't matter how long this list is, but the point is that you have a single one-line list. And there's another list of Q, and you want to produce a one list that is combination of this. That is, you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How would you do that? Well, if you say, no problem, I will have P and Q like that, then you have a problem. It's not seamlessly going like that. Of course, you can flatten it, and then it will be flattened as advertised. So it is right, but it could produce a lot of unwanted results. For example, if 2 was inside a list like that, so that was the case here, then you want to preserve this when you combine those two. If I do flatten here, for example, you will see that 2 is out of it. 2 should have its own member. For example, if I say 2t like this, okay, it should have this internal structure, but when you flatten it, it just gets flattened. So this is not the right approach. Then what is? Join is it. When you do join, it will connect those two lists as if they were one. So that's the right answer. Now let's look at a more complicated case here. I made a list called A, which is a two-dimensional array. So I wrote it here. So it has 3 lines in this here. It has 3 rows inside the single variable. And I made B, which is also 3 rows here. It looks like this. So my goal is how to make this run together. So that is, 1 through 30, and right after 31 through 60. How would you put them together? Let's do it the wrong way first, A and B. Then it doesn't run because it has this one. Let me show you how it doesn't run. When I do this here, I should get 6 lines, but only I get 2 lines here. The reason I get 4 lines is because, okay, there we go. I got 2 lines, you see? So that's not what I wanted. I want them to run seamlessly as if this was coming right after. So what's the right answer? Once again, is join. And then you have them. If I want to see, I will do it this way, and here we go. We got 6. So if you want to assign to a variable, you can just x equals that. And then you have a variable x, which is what we just saw. The reason I got rid of the column here is because x will contain column inside when you do that. So you got to make a pure join list without the messiness of column, and use column only when you want to see them. Okay, now, so that's how it was. But let me make a tricky list here. I made a list C. It looks like this: 1 through 5, 11 through 15, and so on. List D goes 6 through 10. So in other words, I want to piece them together in a slightly different way this time. That is, I want this to be pieced, moved here and here. How can we do that? It turns out it's quite tricky. You may say, oh, I learned about join, so I will join C and D. Yes, then you get this, which I will show you. It just goes next to each other. It doesn't go to the right side. It goes to the bottom. So join is a very convenient function, but it will only run them after the other. So it will connect them as if this whole thing came at the bottom of the previous one, not on the right side of it. So how do you bring that? Well, you can't. You have to play a trick here. So if your lists are running like that, you cannot put the next one here. It's memory-wise, it's very complicated. See, right after this one, in the memory came this guy here. But what you want is that you want this to be in here, and after this, go there. So you mess up the order quite a bit. So there's no simple way of doing it. Then how would you do that? Then instead of making this number C running this way, you got to change it so that it runs this way. And D running this way, you transpose it, it's called, to run this way. That way you can put them together, one at the bottom of the other. And then you flip this around. Then you will have the right running. I will do it so that you can see it. So first of all, I'm going to turn this C around. Instead of going sideways, I will make it go top bottom. I will show you what I mean. So when I do transpose of C, you will see now it suddenly goes down. Let me show you. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 11, 12, 13. So what actually did was, if you learned matrix, you would have learned this. What you did was you make it go to the other side of this diagonal line. So whatever used to run this way, now it runs this way. And when it's done to the every element of this matrix, then you have this net effect that you are seeing here. Similarly, if I transpose D and see it, it looks like that. Now, if I put these two together, you see it's running correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 through 20, 21 through 30. But you may say, but you could do that, but it's not the same thing. I want the result to go through 1 through 10. Well, you just got to join these two, and then you can flip it again. So let me show you. So if I join those two of C and transpose of D, I have what I wanted. Let me show you. Oh, that's great. But that's not what I wanted. My 1, 2, 3, 4 ran to the right side, not to the bottom. So you say, no problem. I will transpose that. So you just have them join together and then transpose the result. And let's see what it looks like. We got it. It's exactly the same thing we had. Where did it go? Here. Isn't it nice? But in here, all you had to do was join those. Whereas here, you had to transpose 3 times. A lot of work. So if you need to put together data, always have them put together in column. Do not have them put together within the row. It gets messy like this. But it can be done.